Hello everybody, Sparkster1701 here. It's time for another quick Siege comparison review. And this time around we're taking a look at Spinister. And for being a double target master, Spinister is an impressive remake of the original toy. You can see he stands just a shade taller than the original, to go along with his added posability. And even the colors are quite close and almost reminiscent of the Generation 1 version. So, nice job by Hasbro on this remake. I mean, of course, there is the major change with how the tail rotor is handled on him. As you can see here, the G1, they just fold it back and it hangs behind his back. Whereas here on the Siege toy, it is kept up behind his head. So, major change, but it's not too inconsequential. It is an interesting note to see that they did both of his legs as the helicopter canopy, same as it is on the G1 version. However, only one of these is used on the vehicle mode. The other one is folded underneath the robot. So, quite a nice bit of engineering. But Spinister isn't without his faults, and that partially goes to his instruction manual. As his instruction manual has Transformers done in red, and it has the Autobot insignia next to his name, when clearly, as you can see here on his chest, Spinister is a Decepticon. So, I don't know how many are out there like this, but we got a major screw up here, Hasbro. Oh well, what can we say? At any rate, in the G1 continuity, Spinister was a double target master. So that meant he had two target master partners, which he has as Singe and Hair Splitter, both of whom have been released in the new Siege line. Singe is available loose by himself on card. Hair Splitter, however, goes by his alternate name, which escapes me at the moment, but he is included with Skywarp. So, if you want to try to make this one totally a nice copy of the G1 version, you are going to have to shell out some money to Amazon to get Skywarp. How unfortunate. But at any rate, let's take a look at their articulation so we can do some comparison. Unfortunately, the Generation 1 version kind of sucks on that. We can turn his head from side to side since it's part of his transformation. And we can rotate his arms at the shoulder all the way around. You just got to watch for the other copter bits to get in the way of the rotation. Now for Siege Spinister, we can turn his head from side to side, and it can rock up and down, so it is on a bit of a ball joint. We can raise his arm up the side about so far, and rotate the arm at the shoulder all the way. He can bend his arm at the elbow about 90 degrees. You also can do it at both ways. So you can have it down here below the arm. Or if you really want to, you can go parallel with the arm like so. So you have that as an option at least. And regardless of which way you go, he does have the swivel arm battle grip, as he has a joint in his bicep. He is able to twist at his hips. The legs can be spread apart to do a full splits. You can raise his leg at the hip. Well, it looks to be about 95 degrees, and you can bend his leg at the knee. So you've got quite a range of motion in this improved toy. So I will say I am impressed. Now let's switch them both over to their chopper modes and take a look at them. Now here we have them in their Apache modes, and I still gotta say the new one is quite an improvement over the original. While the original does have its merits, it was a nice swooshable toy and such, the wheels aren't exactly level on this thing, so he ends up leaning backward a bit when he's at rest, when it should be more, it should stay horizontally instead of leaning. It just doesn't look right when it's laying like that. But that's mainly due to the fact there isn't enough weight at the nose and a very small wheel at the back. The new one, however, does away with all the wheels, save for having one underneath the cockpit. But as you can see here, like I said, the other one is folded underneath the body. I will say that the transformation between these two modes, it is pretty complicated on this new one here. On the new one, it is a bit more complicated. Does take a little more effort, but if you're willing to work at it, it does pay off. So I do like how it's got his feet hanging out here, and they become the connection points for the guns, instead of like on the original where it was just an added piece of black plastic that tended to more get in the way than be of any real use. So all in all, the new version is quite an improvement. As we get down here to my thoughts, what do I think of it? I definitely think that the new Spinister is certainly one to seek out, folks. I gotta give it credit for that. It is a great looking toy. It improves upon the G1 version in just about every way. It does look certainly more fearsome and intimidating as a chopper than the original one does, and if you're wondering, it does swoosh pretty good. Probably would look better if I had put the landing gear up, but too late now. All in all, though, it is an impressive looking little toy, and certainly a worthy successor to its popular G1 version. So if you're having trouble finding the G1 version, folks, I'd say go for the Siege one and you'll be just as happy. If not, maybe more so. And that concludes my review of the Siege version of Spinister in comparison to his G1 form. I hope everybody enjoyed this video. If you did, I'd appreciate it if you drop me a thumbs up here on YouTube. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button down below to join our ranks. And ring the bell so you'll be notified when I post new content like this. Because content like this that's out of our regular circulation goes up approximately when I feel like it. Also, please share this channel with your friends and fellow collectors, and share your thoughts about Spinister in the comments down below. This is Sparkster1701 saying I will catch you all later.